You know what I'm saying? Another beautiful live on YouTube for a lovely Friday. I'm definitely going to be posting this up so you guys can watch the recap. In today's live, I don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to be discussing It Is Done, It Is Yours. Okay? Uh, Before I hop in, let's get the business side of it out of the way. I'm offering 8 weeks unlimited access one-to-one mentoring. You heard me right. 8 weeks, 2 months, 60 days, give or take. And I'm only charging 300. Okay, you heard me right as well. Only 300. So it's daily support for 2 whole months. Okay, if you can't afford the full 300, let me know. We'll work out a payment arrangement. Maybe we could do like a half payment, 150 up front, other 150 after, or 3 payments of 125, 175, whatever the case may be. All right, so now that the formalities are out of the way, we're going to be discussing It Is Done, It Is Yours. Oh, yeah, and you can check the contact information, first pinned comment down below. It is done, it is yours. But what does that actually mean when it comes to manifesting what you want, right? What does that feeling of it is done, it is yours actually mean, right? What does that mean overall? Well, it's very straightforward. You know, it basically means that it is yours, it is done. What does it is done mean? It is done means that there's nothing more left to do, okay? You've planted the seed, you've impressed the subconscious mind, you know, you've utilized the conscious affirmations and the visual acts, etc., to get yourself to that point of knowing that it is yours, it is done. It is done, that's what it means to me at least, is the knowing that you don't have to do anything more to get your desire, to experience it in this physical world. It's already done. Creation is finished. You've planted the seed, you've impressed the subconscious mind with that desire fulfilled. It is done, right? But what does it is yours mean? Very self-explanatory, very straightforwardly put. It is yours. It is your desire. Your desire, okay? You deeply desire it, therefore you are destined to experience it. And in all honesty, when you have a deep desire for something, in my opinion, that's basically your future self letting you know that they already have it. All right? They already have it. When you have a deep desire for something, also, my first love YouTube with you. Hey, Joy, my first live YouTube with you. Yeah, first live. Absolutely. You know, I'm definitely gonna, I'm going live every week. I'm gonna go live every Friday and whatnot. It's a pleasure to have you here, though. But, you know, when you have a deep desire for something, okay, you're meant to experience it. And in some ways, shapes, and forms, you already have, right? When you have a deep desire for something, all right, that's a calling, okay? It's a calling. You're destined to experience it. So what does it mean by it is already yours? You're destined to experience it. It is yours. It is your desire, okay? There's not a force on this earth that could prevent that from happening other than you, okay? Now, yes, there are ego-based desires, surface-level-based desires, and then from the heart-based desires, and it is your job as a conscious manifester to choose the path that is the best for you, okay? It is your job as a conscious manifester to differentiate and be able to differentiate between your ego-based desires and your from the heart desires. I'll give you an example, though. An example of an ego-based desire would be heavily focusing on the end of getting communication or manifesting in steps in that sense. An example of a from the heart desire would be the lifelong marriage. Very simply put. Very simply put. Okay. So, you know, your desires are meant for you. Okay. In my opinion, the deep desires. Now, we're all going to be manifesting from the ego, but like I said, it's your job as a conscious manifester to be able to differentiate between overindulging the ego and not, okay? And that requires discipline and mindfulness, but, you know, the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's a phrase I say to my clients all the time. The more you do this work, the easier it gets, which is the truth. So it is done. It is yours, okay? You need to understand that when you get yourself to that level, there's no going back. Once you've solidified that within your awareness, there's no going back. Even if you have something tragic happen in the 3D and you feel some type of way and you react, you're still going to be able to bring yourself back to that it is done, it is yours type of state. Okay? And the way to get yourself into that state of it is done, it is yours is by doing the inner work. working on your self-concept, clearing out your fears, saturating your mind with the wish fulfilled, involving what you want, the health, the wealth, the love and relationships, and everything in between. And then you transition yourself into that reality, and it solidifies within your awareness, both internally and then inevitably externally as well. Starts internally first, and I'm not going to sit there and be like, okay, there's a specific feeling that every single person is going to experience, because in truth, I think it's kind of subjective to an extent. I mean, I guess you could say that every single human on this earth at some point is going to feel either neutral or natural, but for the most part, in terms of those over exaggerated feelings like an intense excitement, etc., is going to be varied from person to person, because there's some videos that I'll see like, well, how do you know it is done? What is that feeling? And then people will be like, oh, well, this is what it's going to feel like. And it's like, yeah, but you can't claim that for every single person on this planet. So that's why I kind of stay away and stray away from that idea of it. It's completely different and varies from person to person. Like for me, the feeling of it is done, the feeling of it is yours, it's a sense of relief. It's a feeling of relief, of naturalness, of certainty, calmness, confidence, trust, and everything in between. So it's different from person to person. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may feel a very, very heavily intense sense of excitement. Okay. Some people may, like myself, may feel an intense sense of calmness and relief. Okay. So when you're in that end and you know that it is yours, it is done, it's guaranteed. Okay. If you've gotten yourself to that point and you've done the inner work and you impressed your mind and saturated your mind, there's no going back. And number one, and number two is it's done. It's fucking done. It's done. It's done. There's nothing more you need to do. It's done. It's already yours. It's happened. Creation is finished. It's just a matter of your inner source, God, whatever you want to call it, orchestrating everything that needs to be orchestrated to prove that experience true to you in this physical world. The experience that you've gave to yourself, that you've given to yourself internally, your inner source is going to orchestrate a series of events to prove that true externally. It starts within first. Essentially, you're experiencing it twice. You're experiencing it once within your imagination, 4D, 5D, whatever you want to call it, and then twice in the physical world. Okay? So it is done. It is yours. I think that's pretty much it. It's a very profound thing. It's a very powerful thing. It's a very uplifting thing. It's something that happens, I believe, to everybody at some point during this journey, whatever they're manifesting, whatever it may be. And if you're not there yet, that's fine. If you've gotten glimpses of it, then you're on track. But if you're not there yet, don't stress, okay? Just continue doing the inner work. Continue self-regulating yourself. Continue clearing out your doubts and fears and resistance. Continue saturating your mind with the wish fulfilled. Eventually, you'll turn the scales, you'll tip the scales, and you'll wake up one day and be like, wait a minute, I'm not really reacting as much. I'm not thinking about it as much anymore. I know it's done. I feel like I have it. I feel the naturalness involving it. I just naturally assume that this is who I am, right? That's natural. And you saturate your mind and you keep doing that until you get yourself to that point. How long it takes, I cannot say. It's completely different for everybody. For some people, it takes days, weeks, and months. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not talking about manifesting the physical desire. That could take as long as it takes. I'm talking about the internal side of it. So that's the thing. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to hop up out of here. I'm going to post this a recap for anybody that's interested. Feel free to subscribe, click that bell, share. And of course, like I said, if you guys are interested in my little deal that I offered at the beginning, it's 8 weeks, 2 months, unlimited access, one-to-one mentoring for $300. If you can't afford the full $300, let me know. We'll work out a payment arrangement. You guys have a beautiful rest of the day. Take care.